Hi everyone, Australia here. Welcome to my first tutorial on zone control. First I will explain the concept of zone control. Zoning is more or less controlling space. Many actions in this game can help you control zones, whether you realize it or not. Hopefully with this tutorial, you will be more perceptive to the space around you and you can drastically improve your gameplay. Controlling space is a very important aspect of early game tactics. Keeping your opponents away from the experience line can be a very demoralizing tactic. As the laning phase begins, you're going to want to control as much space as possible. Here, Nasus, who is alone, doesn't have the pressure needed to control the zone around his creeps. Since he has no zone control here, he is forced to retreat. At this range indicated by the green arrow, he is unable to gain any experience.
By the power of the stars. I heed their call.
If you are laning with a partner, being aware of your partner's zone helps too. In this example, Nasus would normally slip through the break in my zone here, but Jax's zone prevents him from reaching the creep line. Nasus is pushed away from his EXP once again. Towers give their own zone as well, so make sure you take that into account. Nasus has fled to his tower, which gives him an extended zone of protection. I will be unable to pursue him further. My pacing back and forth here allows me to cover a wider zone, keeping Nasus back, away from the creep line. This also allows my partner to freely last hit creeps. When playing as a ranged character, you have a definite zone advantage over most melee characters. However, there are exceptions. Learning the matchups will help you determine the zoning of each character.
For peace of mind. I heed their call.
Enemy minions that have not already acquired another target are part of the other team's zone. I'm in a bad spot. Those creeps will definitely allow the other team to have the zone advantage on me. Each push wave has its own moving zone that you need to be careful of. Brushes are a great way for dropping aggro and eliminating this zone. Once the enemy minions are occupied, I have zone control again. Brushes are a great tool for reducing your opponent's zone. If you enter a brush, you lower your opponent's effective zone drastically. If you are against a ranged character, they will be unable to attack you even though you are within their effective zone via distance.
Grace. By the power of the stars.
Even though enemy champions are protected by the tower zone, my zone still extends into this area where I'm able to attack. Another useful thing to remember is that towers must first lock onto a target before they can attack. Due to this mechanic, it is possible to ignore the tower zone for around 1 second, allowing me to get attacks in between shots. When enemy champions are missing, remember that there is potential zone that can be controlled by the enemy. At this moment, I am unable to hard pressure the opponent, as there is potential that the enemy could be there. The zone highlighted is unsafe.
Grace. Killing spree. By the power of the stars.
Remember, friendly towers add to your zone as well. You can use this to your advantage when you're in a fight that is not in your favor.
For peace of mind. For peace of mind. Gracefully. the power of the stars.
Tarek ran into that bush a bit earlier, and now Pirate has entered the area. Since I'm unable to see where they are, they have the zone advantage on me. If I were to go to the bush to attack them, there is a possibility that I will be placed right into melee range with the two. Definitely not a favorable position to be in.
Let me guide you.
Pirate just left. With him gone, I can check the bush and clear the potential threat.
By the power of the stars.
Okay, he's not there. Now we can continue the pressure game.
My path is clear.
Zoning is especially important against high-pressure champions, one of them being Blitzcrank. His rocket grab is extremely dangerous, and it gives him a great pressure game. Blitzcrank has a high amount of threat next to that tower. However, there is a hole in his zone, due to the positioning of my friendly creeps. Because of this, I am not in any danger. This also works for other skill shots such as Amumu's Bandage Toss and Morgana's Dark Binding, once again accentuating the importance of learning the matchups.
Grace. My path is clear.
Here, I will explain some zoning mechanics in team fights. As we engage into this 3v3 situation, the enemy Teemo places himself into a great position. He controls a lot of space due to his distance, and this can definitely be a problem if he continues to have free reign like that. They're going after our Malphite. This is a good chance to force myself over to Teemo and break that protected zone. Now that there's pressure on Teemo, he's not free to shoot at us anymore.
Their death awaits.
Certain spells can create a temporary zone of control. Nasus' Spirit Fire is a perfect example of this. As you can see by the diagram, my zone is now effectively an oval shape due to my positioning of my ability and champion. Other examples of this include Morgana's Soil and Anivia's Storm.
Life is part of a struggle. Your pride, my patience.
Carefully positioning such zoning abilities can create overwhelming space control. In this example, I am combining the extended brush zone talked about earlier with the persistent ability zone, creating a much bigger area of danger for the opponent.
Where angels fear to tread. Your spirit.
I hope this video was able to give you some insight and will help you succeed in the game. Thanks for watching, and please look forward to future productions.